Hello YouTube, this is Blackberry Pie in Minecraft. So, I'll show you how the circuitry works. These two buttons power these two wires, which power the rails, obviously. These two pressure plates power the adjacent rails, and they also power what I call the stone circuit, which is right here. On the left, we have a repeater set to 3 ticks, and it feeds into here, which keeps this torch off, which keeps this torch on, which keeps the cart junction pointed towards the dispenser even if the pressure plate is depressed. Over here, this is set to 1 tick, and it turns that off, which switches the junction towards the return. An incoming cart will depress this, which will switch the junction, allowing the cart to roll into the station. And an outgoing cart normally doesn't have to worry about anything, it just rolls right over. And on the other side here, an outgoing cart will depress that, which will switch the junction, allowing it to go out. But when the stone circuit is pressed, it will not switch the junction when the cart rolls over it. Now the buttons, they feed into the dirt block directly behind them, which powers the rails on both sides. And, the adjacent rails. And they also do quite a few other things. They feed down here, and this one feeds down here into an RS NOR latch with the output on this block on this torch, which is directly underneath the dispenser's cart junction over here. Switches this track piece, depending on which direction you want to go. And they both also feed into the stone circuit with the diode to prevent backflow here. And they also both feed down here into the dispenser circuit. Powers this block, which turns the torch off, powers this block, which keeps the torch turned off, and after the wire is off, there's a 2-tick delay before this torch is turned back off by the other torch, which means this torch flickers, which goes into an inverter here, which goes down this wire, and makes this torch flicker here, which is right here, which powers this block, which powers the door above it, allowing a cart to dispense. Up here, or up there, depending on how the latch is set. And that's how the door pez works. Now keep in mind, with the dispenser circuitry used here, if you keep the button depressed, nothing will happen. I didn't show that in this video, but just so you know. Now I'll show you how the cart feeds up into the primary area. It hits a powered rail against a solid block, which accelerates it in the opposite direction, and then there is an upward pointed rail, which shoves it right through the side, like so. This is Blackberry Pie.